Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. As extreme inflation looms, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says crypto could help stabilize the markets. As we get into the article, through a tweet on his official page, Ripple Labs CEO Brad Garlinghouse called for diversification into other assets, especially cryptocurrencies, to help counter the growing extreme inflation rate globally. Garlinghouse was responding to a Bloomberg article titled, JP Morgan says Bitcoin just took its first test and got mostly positive results. According to him, the global market needs to take a cold, hard look at the imminent and extreme inflation rate fostered by various factors unfolding with time. His tweet has attracted mixed reactions in regards to Ripple Labs' supported crypto asset XRP, essentially on its inflation rate with respect to other top crypto assets. According to the Bloomberg article, Bitcoin might have passed its first test during the first quarter market volatility, when it almost lost half of its value, and in due time it recovered from the crash. Global currency inflation is rising as most federal governments increase their rate of injecting liquidity into the market haphazardly due to the issue at hand, and however inflation can be considered upon which side of view which one sees it, and also how fast it occurs. This is because individuals owning tangible assets want the inflation rate to scale in order to raise the value of their assets, while on the other hand, consumers of the same assets would like inflation controlled and lowered if possible. The extreme inflation rate in some countries like Venezuela has prompted most of its citizens to turn to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin as a medium of exchange. And I'm going to add to that really quick. We do know that Venezuela and Lithuania are using XCM as their digital currency. However, due to the environmental ills of Bitcoin and Ethereum mining as well as lower speed, Garlinghouse is pushing for mass adoption of XRP as a means of retail transactions, hence countering the extreme inflation rate. And we know they've been focused for a while on the wholesale and enterprise institutional transactions, where we know Stellar XLM is more focused on the unbanked, underbanked, and retail transactions. So it's getting interesting to see how Ripple is changing their focus in the middle of this journey. We'll see how this goes, see how it plays out. It's very interesting to say the least. Back into the article, in order to discern Ripple's bigger picture, we see that Garlinghouse has been of the notion that every digital asset will thrive according to its utility and capability to solve challenges within the system. And I agree with that. There's going to be multiple digital assets, and we discuss them, and we discuss the ones that are focused on different industry solutions, different utility talent, so to speak, that is going to change and disrupt the world in what they do. And we discuss them here on this channel. So if you're new to this channel, stick around and follow us and enjoy the ride along with us. Back into the article, this makes the comparison between XRP and other digital assets as not the best scale, since they tend to solve different problems. However, with the hype of the previous crypto bubble still fresh in our minds, a huge number of cryptocurrency investors are ignoring that perspective, and hence the origin of the crypto community rivalry. With the current world turmoil pushing governments in a tight corner, a massive crypto adoption might be on the way post-issue at hand. The next article we're going to discuss is Ripple's XCurrent saves up to 400 billion USD a year for Saudi Arabia's monetary authority, the SAMA. The article states that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's monetary authority, SAMA, has drastically cut down on costs, saving up to 400 billion USD a year following its decision to upgrade and modernize its payment system. The decision saw SAMA rope in Ripple and incorporated one of its three main solutions, the XCurrent, as a way of easing transactions between local banks and global counterparts. In the SAMA partnership with Ripple in February of 2018, Ripple signed a deal with SEMA, which saw the launch of a program, and the objective was to update and improve the kingdom's payment financial infrastructure by incorporating Ripple's solutions. Then Ray Dalio, the global head of infrastructure innovation at Ripple, in a statement said SEMA's agreement proved that the banks were beginning to accept the transformative effects of blockchain on remittance. Central banks around the world are leaning into blockchain technology and recognition of how it can transform cross-border payments, resulting in lower barriers to trade and commerce for both corporates and consumers. SEMA is leading the charge as the first central bank to provide resources to domestic banks that want to enable instant payments using Ripple's innovative blockchain solution. Specifically, SEMA has opted for XCurrent, a Ripple platform that doesn't use XRP, the native currency of XRPL. The ledger uses DLT, and the coin has been pitched as a perfect tool for financial institutions to reduce operations cost and drastically slash down transaction times. Right in the center of the page, if you're watching the screen, the Suda Buddha posts the article and the same comment of the headline for this article. Typically, in the current arrangement, it takes several hours for a cross-border transaction to reflect. However, the use of XRP as a liquidity tool via the ODL, on-demand liquidity, that protocol reduces the transaction settlement times to mere seconds. Other than this, banks also spend funds that would typically be locked up in nostro vostro accounts. Still, SAMA didn't settle with ODL, and according to a report, chose XCurrent since it needed a system that is presumably more familiar while inhibiting the transformative potential of the Ripple product. Following SAMA's adoption and experimentation with local banks, the central bank is expected to save up $400 billion USD a year through XCurrent. Already effects have been felt on the ground as financial services are more accessible to small and medium enterprises. So I think this is exciting. I know a lot of people are a little curious on what's going on with the adjustment being made now, the changes of Ripple after being focused on a different lane for so long. I have zero doubt and zero concern with that. They're too connected and they've spent too much time, and they are years ahead of the next closest competitor, keyword being competitor. There are others that are doing similar as they are, offering a similar product as they are, but they are focused on different lanes. You need to pay attention to the keywords that they speak, the keywords that they offer and say and share with us, especially when they're interviews, because they are very telling. And again, guys, I'm going to finish off this video with a final thought. As many of us make mistakes daily, I am far from perfect, and I know that every day is a fresh start. So guys, have a great weekend. We will catch you in the next one. And remember, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till the next one.